is a live class, 30 minutes every week. Catch me on my channel. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications for live class. We've got 30 minutes. We're going to start off in standing with a little bit of a yoga warm-up, nothing crazy, just to get moving. Take it down onto the mat. I usually do a series of 3 advanced core moves, core strength. A lot of cycling, running, endurance athletes. That's kind of what my class is catered to, but this is open to anybody. I'm a PT first and then a strength coach and yogi second. So I'm always going to give you modifications just if you're dealing with injuries or just listening to your body. Weights optional, not needed. You can have them if you want for the core. Yeah, that's it. We're going to start off in standing and then take it down onto the mat for our core series. Stretch, be done, 30 minutes. That's it. Let's get it going. Start off in standing. We're going to go through a nice sun salutation A yoga warm up just to get everything moving, right? Just to limber up, checking in with our body, starting off with a nice easy flow. Reach to the sky here. Take one more breath. And then exhale, forward fold, bring the arms all the way down. Hang out here, knees are nice and soft. Give your low back just a little stretch. This should just feel really mellow, just kind of checking in. How is everything feeling? Always modify as needed based on your body, right? Hang out here, one more breath. And then on your next inhale, halfway lift. This is gonna be your flat back hip hinge position. Straightening out my legs if I want more of a stretch in the hammies. Abs engaged, hold it here for one breath. Feel that stretch. And then hands come down, step back into plank. I had a lot of planks earlier this week in class. Today, we're not gonna do that many, but we're gonna do some in the warm-up. So this is a great way to get some shoulder strength. Push away from the mat, don't sink in. Active plank here. Spreading my fingers wide, giving me a good base of support. Hold for one more breath. And then on your exhale, bring the knees down, slowly lower chaturanga. Nice and mellow. First round, we're just taking it easy. Let's come into a little bit of a baby cobra. And enjoy this stretch. There's a little bit of nice spine extension. Pull the shoulder blades down your back, out of your ears. Bracing with my abs. This should feel like a good stretch, not pinching into the lower back. So really a little bit of abs engagement here. One more breath. Exhale back down. Uncurl your toes, downward facing dog. One of my favorites, a nice little calf and ankle stretch. Pedal the feet. Give those ankles a little bit of a stretch. I give this to a lot of my runners, right? Nice way to work on a little bit of that ankle and calf mobility. Pedaling the feet out. Again, I'm spreading the fingers wide. I'm really pushing away. I should look like a little triangle here, right? Not rounded back. Pedaling the feet. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Let's go through this series 2 more times. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Head coming up last. Articulate through your spine. Inhale, reach. Getting a little bit of speed. Speeding it up this round. Exhale, forward fold, bring the arms all the way down. Knees are soft, shake it out. One breath here. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Right, just using this to get things moving. Nice little supple spine. Hold it here, bring your hands down, step back into plank. My dog is maybe gonna join us today, we'll see. Hold the plank, hi there. Hold it here for one breath, he's unamused. And then exhale, either knees down or all the way down, chaturanga, nice strong chaturanga. Work those shoulders, you guys. A lot of my runners, my cyclists, we do not get enough shoulder, upper body strength in. This is an easy way, a little bit of easy yoga, a little bit of weights at home. Hold it here. If you want to come all the way up into this up dog, pulling the shoulder blades down your back, some nice spine extension. My dog is not amused today. All right, hold it here. Squeeze the shoulder blades down your back. Open up your chest. Get a nice stretch here. Proud chest. Exhale back down. Again, my abs are a little bit engaged for that, right? Giving my lower back some support. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. We've got one more round and then we're moving on. I want to add in a little bit of planks to our warm up. After this, pedal those feet, get those calf ankles stretched out. If you're like me, you got tight calves. Last round, and then we're moving on to planks. Roll up slowly. One vertebrae at a time, head coming up last. Last round, inhale, reach to the sky. We've got a little plank series next, short one, before we get into our main series of 3 moves. Exhale, forward fold. Hang here, one breath. Inhale, halfway lift, hip hinge. This is also your deadlift, your hinge at the hips. Back is flat, abs are braced. Hands come down, plank. We're almost done with sun salutation A. Hold it here, one breath. On your exhale, lower however you need to with control. Up dog or cobra, last time. We're moving on. We're gonna do a 3-legged dog into a plank. That's our next move. Just prepping you guys. Hold it here, one more breath, opening the chest. Get that nice extension. And then exhale back down. Push yourself back downward facing dog. Now we're gonna take this into three-legged dog, like I said. So that's basically you're just lifting one leg up. So find your downward dog. Maybe widen the stance just a little bit, pushing away from the mat, strong shoulders, fingers are spread wide. I'm gonna kick my right leg up. Now you can keep it here and just hold it. Or if you wanna reach through with that knee, you're gonna add a little crunch. Right knee, left elbow, and back. And push. Across, a little bit of oblique work. If you need to take a break, that's fine. If you wanna just hang out in downward dog, that's fine. Or if you just wanna hold that three-legged dog, that is fine. Let's do a few like this, and then we're gonna roll the wrists and shoulders out a little bit and hit that other side. Again, if your wrists are sensitive, you can always double up the mat or add a towel. A lot of people, these planks, a little sensitive on the wrists. Two more here. Obliques, getting just warmed up. One more. Bring the feet down, bring the knees down, roll the shoulders and the wrists. We're gonna do that same thing other side. Again, you can always double up the mat. We don't have that many more planks after this, so the wrists will be done with all this stuff, but you can always kind of give yourself a little bit of extra support. Come back up, let's do the same thing other side. Find your downward dog, drive the hips up high to the sky, spread the fingers wide, push away from the mat, tucking the chin and flattening out that upper back, lift that left leg, three-legged dog. You can hang out here, or you reach through, same thing. Again, a little bit advanced, right? A lot of shoulder stability, so don't collapse into the shoulders. A lot of core strength, a little bit of oblique work. Lots of things going on here. Let's do a few more. Even it out left and right. Last few here, and then we're just gonna finish our warm-up with a little bit of a cat-cow, stretching out the back. Two more just like this. One more. Good, bring the knees down, roll it out. Cat-cow, nice and gentle spine mobility. So we have our series of 3 moves coming up. Next, I always have a little series of 3 core moves. I'm trying to give it a little bit of variety, so some of them are holds, we're just holding. Sometimes we're moving dynamically, a little bit of lower abdominal work, maybe some glutes. So we're gonna finish with glutes today. We're gonna do a nice, challenging flutter kick in the middle. And we're gonna start off with some easy obliques. So getting a little bit of everything today. So obliques, what I call ankle grabs. We're gonna start off on our back. Series of 3 moves, 3 rounds. And then we've got some lower abdominal work, challenging. I'll show options. And then glute bridges. So weights are optional for your glute bridge or mini bands. That's our last move. Let's do one more cat-cow just like this. And then release. All right, on our back, first move. Again, 3 rounds, 3 moves. That's class, and then we'll stretch and be done at the end. So again, weights optional for the glute bridges at the end. You don't need them. They are optional. This is my favorite easy move to target obliques. Exhale, chin is tucked, and then I'm just reaching to that outside ankle. Ankle grabs, right? If this is bothering your neck, or for whatever reason this one isn't your favorite, you could also get into one of those bicycle, right? A little bit of oblique work that way, right? Head is supported. I'm gonna keep it here with these ankle grabs. Again, nice and easy way to target obliques side to side. It's kind of hard to do this one wrong. So that's another reason why I really like this one. So we've got this. So we've got some obliques. Got some lower deep abdominal work next, challenging. I'll show you options for that one. Pretty challenging move. And then we've got a glute bridge, right? So a little bit of everything, right? Your core is much more than just your abdominals. We want our glutes, we want our pelvic floor, we want our diaphragm, a lot of breathing, really control the breathing. Our first round here today, we're gonna do a nice long endurance set. So working on the endurance of those muscles, really building some of that resilient core strength for our sports, whether we're an endurance athlete or just life, right? So a nice long set, a lot of reps this first round. So that's why I'm talking, to kind of distract us. So let's finish with our ankle grabs, tucking that chin. You can also come here. if your neck's getting tired. And then our next move is going to be a low flutter kick. So I'll show you that one. It's going to be a 10 count of kicks with the legs and the arms, and then relax, and then a 10 count. Pretty challenging. And I'll show you some options for that one. Let's do last few here. 4, 3, 2, feel the burn. 1, relax. Release tension in the neck. Your flutter kick is gonna come up like your hollow body. Hold, kick, 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 and relax. If you want to make that easier, just hold. If you wanna make it really easy, hold. My hundreds Pilates position. Now the goal with all these, I'm gonna give us a 10 count. I need that lower back pressed down to the mat. So start on your exhale. Think about bringing that rib cage down, like you're crunching. That lower back is glued to the floor. It's not going to move. So let's lift. So you start here on the exhale. Kick it out for 10, 9, pick whichever version you want. 8, 7, we've got 2 of these. 6, 5, 4, press that lower back down. 3, 2, relax. Now again, if that's hard and you still want to kick, bring the legs higher is easier. So let's do one more just like that. Again, connect here, lower back, there should be zero space here. So really dial this one in. It is challenging, right? Let's do one more set of 10 kicks. 10, 9, bridges are next. 8, 7, press that rib cage down. Press the lower back down. 6, 5, 4, 3. You can also just do legs. 2, 1, relax. Grab your weights if you have them for glute bridges. If not, that's okay. You can also use mini bands. I place the weights a little awkward right on the hip bones and then shoot straight up. Knees at about 90 degrees. We have a nice long set first round. I'm gonna change this second round and spice it up just a little bit. I want you to focus on squeezing, hinging up. This is a hinge, just like our deadlift, hinge, glute, bridge. So we're not rolling up, we're shooting straight up, engaging those hip extensors, our glutes and our hamstrings. Adding weight onto the hips, you're just gonna make that a little bit more challenging. So if you've got weights, I always try to add in at least one move in class that has the weights, whether it's chair pose with our squats, glute bridges, right? If you've got weights, great way to add in a little bit more strength training, adding them into your core work, right? Driving my heels into the ground, this should feel mostly glute hamstring activation, very little in the lower back. Play with that foot position, right? Again, we're really trying to get engagement from the glutes, not just hamstrings, not just lower back. Drive in with the heels. Let's do 4 more. And then we're coming back to that first move again. 2 more. 1 more. Drop the weights, ankle grabs. Again, back to obliques. Starting in, not taking a break. We've got a lot to cover in a short amount of time. Let's get it going. I still want to get my stretches in at the end. Again, listen to your body. Really, whatever version, whether I'm showing an advanced or beginner version, focusing on the form and the intention and what is the muscle group I need my brain to be thinking about. What am I working here? Obliques. The more you can get active, the more you can get that like attention to where I'm working, the more you can get that activation going, right? So low obliques, I'm thinking side to side, right here. Big muscles running across, giving me that power across my body. Also some stability. Connecting from here to here. Nice, easy move. Tuck that chin in. Shoulders are off the mat. Burn it out. We've got those flutter kicks next. Again, challenging. Pick your level. 2 10-second flutter kick holds. Any version that you want to do. Make sure that lower back is pressed down just as much as it's pressed down here, right? Same feeling for those holds. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Rock the head side to side, release any tension in the neck, a lot of that chin tucking in to stabilize that neck. Set yourself up for flutter, 10 count hold. Lift, 10, 9, 8, whatever version you're doing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Shake it out. We've got one more 10 count hold. Then we've got that glute bridge next. I'm going to add on some spicy options to our glute bridge. Lift 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Whew. Glute bridge. If you've got the weights, placing them on your hips. We're gonna do a few like this, and then we're gonna bring the feet together, knees out for our froggy bridge to finish them off. Let's start with our regular glute bridge. Frog position, meaning feet together, knees out, targeting a little bit different part of that glute, right? So you might feel that outer glute a little bit more. We're starting off with our basic glute bridge. Again, I say glute bridge because that's the emphasis. That's what we want to think about. Activate. Squeeze each time. Squeeze. Squeeze. So again, there's many different ways to do our bridge, right? Spinal roll up. Depends if we're doing Pilates, yoga, or in yoga like a wheel. This is a glute bridge. This is a hip hinge. I'm giving this to you. I want this to be feeling like glute activating primary mover, just like your deadlift, right? That same hinge as my hip extends up. So understanding what muscle group I'm trying to work, just to give you guys a little bit better education, but also so that you can really make this more meaningful, right? So you really understand, and then you can really activate. Now bring the feet together, knees out, burn it out with that froggy bridge. Knees flop out a little bit. Again, you could do this with the mini bands as well. Around the thighs. Nice little glute work. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. We got our last round, right? Last round, and then we're gonna stretch. Be done. In 4, 3, 2. Last round, guys. Let's finish with those ankle grabs. Side to side, move my weights out of the way. Reach to that outside shin, obliques. I like this one, nice, easy way to target those obliques. You can also do some bicycle crunches if your neck is getting tired, right? Or you can have the hands behind the head, reaching side to side. Last round, make it count. Burn it out. You don't need a huge, lengthy core program, whether your goal is strength, power, rehab, keeping your body nice and resilient for your sports, right? We don't need a lot of work. We just want to keep it consistent through the week, maybe 2 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, something like this. Changing it up, not just crunches, not just planks, getting all those muscles, my glutes, my abs, my back, diaphragm. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Flutter kicks. Last time, connect, press it down. When I say connect, I mean from here to here, zip. Keep it here engaged, lower back is pressed down. Kick it out for 10, 9, 8, tuck that chin in, 7, looking at my toes, 6, 5, remember the higher you go, the easier it is, lower harder, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. One more of those flutters, and then we're finishing with our glute bridge, and we are getting close to the finish line. Exhale, lift. You can also just hold this, right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Grab your weights. We've got our glute bridge finishing up with glute bridge. I'm going to show you a little bit different finish to this glute work. So we're going to do our basic glute bridge, squeeze it up. Then on our last one, just for our finale, we're going to hold it up at the top and finish with just a couple of marching the feet. So you're going to hold it up high and then tapping the feet. Just add a little bit more core stability to our glute bridge. Let's keep it going right now with these basic bridges. Finishing up, almost done with class. Again, emphasis on the squeeze each time I lift. Glutes activate. Let's do a few more here, 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up high. You can drop the weights if you want. Keeping the hips up nice and high. I'm marching the feet, challenging. It's more challenging than it seems. The goal for this is I'm keeping the hips nice and level, so I'm not rocking side to side, so that's a lot of my core. And then I'm keeping them up nice and high. That's my glutes. So I'm thinking about this balance. My hip bones are staying nice and level. As I finish off my glute bridge, make sure you're keeping that booty up nice and high. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it over onto your stomach. Let's do some Superman, Superwoman's, reaching, lengthening. We'll do a little bit of a flutter kick here as well. So kind of the reverse of what we did with our flutter kicks. Hold it here. We'll start off nice and slow, just kind of starting to slow things down just a little bit. Lengthen, think about reaching to opposite ends of the room, engaging that whole posterior chain, lower back, back of the shoulders, glutes, and lower. My abs are still on, still a little bit of bracing in my abs to take a little away any of that tension in the lower back. This one should always feel really nice, like some nice engagement, not like it's pinching in the lower back. So a lot of times I'll tell my patients with this one, think about lengthening, not just arching, so reaching to opposite ends. And then I want you to maybe tuck that tailbone under ever so slightly to just engage your abs a little bit so you're not driving all that stress into that lower back. Let's do 2 more like this, and then we'll just do a quick little flutter kick with the arms and legs. 1 more. And then I want you to bring the arms and legs up and flutter kick it out for 10. So 10, 9, 8, kick, 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 7, 6, flutter, 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 5, 4, 3, 2, relax, shake it out. We're gonna do 1 more just like that. Kind of awkward. For some reason, some days I can do that. Some days I'm like, I can't get my arms and legs to kick that fast. Last set, kick it out for 10, 9, quick little kicks, 8, 7, kick, 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 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Some days I can do it. Some days my legs don't want to kick that fast. It's probably why I'm an endurance athlete. Slow and long. Bring the knees nice and wide. Let's do child's pose. Let's start to stretch. Cool it down. Stretching out the back. Slow down the breath. Getting into a little bit of mobility. Our last little core exercise here as we stretch it out. Come onto your back. Hug the knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze side to side. Give that lower back a nice little massage. We've got 1 more little active leg lift, stretch, but a little bit of core work, sneaking it in there. Bring your legs nice and long onto the mat. I want you to inhale, bring the right leg up, straight leg, and then flex it down. Inhale, bring that leg up, nice strong hamstring stretch till you can't go any further, and then pointing down. Now I want you to also think about inhaling up, press that lower back down, keep your abs engaged, keep that lower back flat as the feet go down. So it requires a little bit of core work. As the leg goes down, don't let your lower back arch. Lift, actively stretching my hamstring. Point, engaging my core, keeping my lower back pressed down. Inhale, lift, active hamstring stretch, and point. Again, the goal is as my leg lowers, I keep my abs on, and that's going to prevent my pelvis from tipping forward, right? I need to keep that lower back pressed down. So a little bit of core work here. As I lengthen that hamstring, actively feeling that nice stretch. Knee is straight. 2 more, and then we'll switch sides. Knee as straight as can be. If you're tight like me, your leg's not going to get up that high, right? Let's do the other side. Everyone has a tighter side. Again, this is also working a little bit of that sciatic nerve, right? So if you've got some sciatic nerve tension, You may feel that as well. Leg is straight, abs are braced. I'm doing two things. I'm getting a little bit of that active stretch in my hamstring, and then a little bit of core engagement as well, right? Let's do a few more on this side, and then we'll finish our stretches and be done with class for today. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications of live class. I host them every Friday. Join me next week. Last two. Last one. And down, hug that right knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. Roll the ankles and the toes around. Keep those feet happy and healthy. Squeeze that knee in, stretch out that right glute. Bring that knee across your body with that left arm. If you stay mostly flat onto the mat and then just bring the knee across, that's gonna get into that glute, that booty, IT bend, all this stuff here. If you wanna rotate more off the mat, getting into that lumbar spine, if that feels good to you, opening out that right arm, either works. It's really dependent on your body and what you're trying to work on, right? Knee angle, I can go higher, I can go lower. Maybe I want to get this part of my glute. I bring the knee up. I bring the knee lower. Maybe I want to avoid any pinching in the front of the hip. So your position is going to look and feel different, kind of based on what you're trying to work on, right? So you want to listen to your body and then modify the movement based on where it feels. Some people are more flexible. Some people are less flexible, right? Settle into this stretch. Just opening up everything on the right side. Again, arm is extended, stretching out my chest, pecs, shoulders, rib cage. One more breath here. And then we'll get into our figure four stretch, a little bit of our nice deep hip opener. Come back to center, bend that left knee. Figure four or thread the needle if you want to keep it here. Right hip, deep hip opener, reaching through, thread the needle. Pigeon pose is your other option. All of them should feel good, like a nice deep stretch. Almost everybody can do some version of this. Nice way to open up those hips. Roll the shoulders, release any tension. We did a lot of stuff where the head is elevated, so keep that neck relaxed. If you're noticing any tension building up, just release it actively. Relax the shoulders, roll them out. Focus on that belly breath, right? I'm not breathing from my shoulders and my chest. I'm breathing from deep diaphragm belly. Last breath on this side, and then we're gonna switch, same thing, other side. Inhale. Exhale it out. Relax that left leg, shake that right leg out. Hug that left knee in, give it a good squeeze. Roll the ankles and the toes again, keep them supple. Feet, that's your base of support, guys. Keep those feet strong and healthy. You need them for the rest of your life. That is important. Nice, healthy feet. Bring that knee across your body. Same thing, opening that left arm out. Finding that angle that feels right for you, right? So you may be here, you may be here. It also depends how much you want to rotate, depending on what you're trying to target more, right? So the more I rotate and roll, the more I'm going to get into that lumbar spine, that lower back and mid back, right? And the more I stay here and pull, that's more of my hip and my glute. Both are great. Just kind of depends on your flexibility and what you're trying to work on, right? Head goes wherever it feels comfortable. We're almost done with class. Enjoy this stretch. Breathe into it. Get some nice lengthening, relaxation. Last breath. Come back to center when you're ready. Figure four stretch or thread the needle or pigeon pose. You've got so many options. Breathe into that left hip. Again, yoga, great way to add in some basic mobility, stretching, flexibility, core strength, right? Keep it simple. Join me next week for class. All new stuff next week. Last breath here. Shoulders are relaxed. Head is relaxed. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let all that tension go. Unwrap that left leg. Windshield wiper the knees gently side to side, giving the hips, lower back a nice little stretch. Roll onto your side when you're ready. finishing off our last move in seated, sitting however you want to sit. You don't need to sit cross-legged, whatever works for you. Finishing with this nice tall spine, tall posture, just being mindful of that. Let's just center ourselves one last time. Take an inhale, reach, get tall. Exhale it out one more time, and then that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. I will see you next time. I hope you got something good out of class. Again, this class is for you. Modify, listen to your body. I'll see you next week. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time, guys.